He also became the first NFL player to kneel during the national anthem this regular season.
A game was played, players knelt. People tweeted their outrage.
All right, protests over the police shooting death of a black man inside his own apartment in Dallas grew tense overnight.
A man was shot in his own home. The same people were silent. While the Patriots were busy ramming their flags down the throat of peaceful, non-violent protesters, the injustices that actually launched those protests in the first place continued. As Kenny Stills and Albert Wilson continued their protests against police brutality, they were exposed to the same cap treatment from notable conservatives and the president. But unsurprisingly, those same people have been deafeningly silent over, say, the case of Botham, a black man shot and killed in his own apartment by an off-duty Dallas cop. Although it's only been a week since Gene's tragic death, the character assassination has already begun. Not only by the Dallas PD themselves, who have changed their story 4 times. Beginning with the door was locked, so she tried to get in, to the door was unlocked, so she tried to open it, to the latest rendition, which is the door was opened and she yelled commands which he didn't obey. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I hear a stranger putting keys in my door and yelling, the first thing I do is prepare to follow all their instructions, right? But shockingly, this trait of excuses making continues to the online judges, who are positive that the shooting just had nothing to do with race and was just an honest mistake. But then again, these are also the same people who are citing an online hoax that both Gene and the off-duty cop knew each other, which was completely wrong and a hoax. But again, I ask myself, why waste my breath? Because this is nothing new in regards to black victims. You could write an entire book on the countless attempts to assassinate the character of those on the receiving end of an unjust bullet. There could be a chapter on kids playing with toy guns or wearing a hoodie. It goes on. But again, maybe I'm mistaken. I'm sure if a black man entered a white woman's apartment, allegedly gave her verbal commands in her own apartment that she didn't follow, and then he killed her, he would be defended also, right? But maybe, just maybe, these fake patriots overlooked the case of Botham Jean because they were just too busy focusing on another example, say the black child who had a gun pointed at him and told by police to get out of a car just because he was riding with his white grandmother.
I think there's 2 females in the front and 1 black guy in the back. I'm thinking we'll just order that black guy out, hands up.
But no, the right-wing Uber patriots never tweeted about that either. They were just too busy ridiculing kneeling NFL players without wasting a single second looking into why. But that's precisely why athletes like Stills and Wilson will continue to kneel. Because regardless of whether you are sick of seeing black athletes kneeling or not, the black community is certainly sick of seeing this.
Bless the Lord, oh my soul.
I know that Botham is singing with the angels, and I want to join that choir.
If you wanted to continue the conversation, come over to my Instagram at Francis M. Maxwell. Make sure to download the TYT app here, and you can become a member. tytnetwork.com/join. Did you like this video? Then great. Never miss another breakdown video by hitting the subscribe button below and ring the bell to get notified whenever we publish a new video.